This clip is brought to you by BoutTheOnline.com.
You remember that
You know
one
what I'm
he did with Shadow and Aquala, Big Steam Bar?
16 bars, yeah. I was around, and I was engineering a lot of Fatal shits then, because I went to Massachusetts. I went to Massachusetts to go hold my man down. Some beef, some rap beef shit he had. Niggas was really trying to get at his top. And he taught me how to work Pro Tools. That's how I learned how to work Pro Tools.
Okay.
When I learned how to work Pro Tools, I came back with that. You know what I'm saying? When I came back with that shit, Fatal found out I knew how to engineer. Like, he wiggled my father to let me come down there and stay with him. Nigga, like, I don't know how he got that shit to rock, but like, he got that shit to rock. And I remember the first song we did was Something About This Money. It's the first song I ever engineered for that nigga, Something About This Money. That shit was hard, yo. The process of watching him write, like, we gonna do a movie about Fatal's life. I'm gonna put that shit in there because the process he went through to make that record, bro, is something that people need to see. Like, I can't explain it to you. Like, I could tell you, but I could show you better. You know what I mean? I can show you better. And I've been blessed to pick up this camera and get nice with that. And that's one of the things. Like, we knew rap was us, but we knew that wasn't going. He somehow knew that shit wasn't going to be the end game. Like, when our last conversations, he was proud of me that I went to school to learn audio recording and post production and shit, and learn the business. So we knew how to, going forward, we wasn't dependent on nobody. You know what I'm saying? We didn't have to go back to that. We could, this entertainment shit was gonna move. You know what I'm saying? And he was happy about that shit. So that's why I don't really be like, this is my first and last album, bro. Like, I know how to continue this legacy. You know what I'm saying? One thing I say is, our OGs ain't passed this shit off to us. They ain't passed this shit off to us. They kind of kept that shit for themselves. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be that. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be that. So I'm not only retiring because I don't have a passion really to make music no more. I lost that shit when my brother died. I'm gonna be wholly honest with you with that one. When my brother died, like, I didn't have a desire to want to make music no more. There's nobody to do this for no more. Or, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I used to always want to get to that level. You know what I'm saying? That was like, that just snatched all my energy. I used to try to get in the booth. I used to try to force myself in the booth and break down crying. Like, that'd be my worst place to be, was in the booth. Until I learned, like, that shit, you gotta pass that shit on. Nigga, just one day I'm sitting in the studio, I'm like, nah, it's time to pass this shit on, son. Cash Hagavelli going in crazy. So my youngin' going crazy. I had that nigga underneath me since he was 9 years old. Why not? My nephew crazy, yo. Wait till y'all. I'm gonna send you some shit, bro. Watch.
Yeah, no,
Watch. It's no reason. Why wouldn't, if you see that? And that's why I'm mad, because it's a lot of people that should have been underneath the outlaw movement that should be well off and still doing music, and y'all should know about them, and y'all don't. You know what I'm saying? So let me not be that. Let me not recycle the process. Let me break that. Yeah, we're gonna start this Hussein Gang Records, HG Records, and I'm gonna bring to you the future, because he had a plan. He had a plan. So why not rock out with the plan?
Well, we know Fatal was definitely about, opening up doors and carrying things over for the younger generation and stuff. It's one thing, he definitely stood alone, even when he had to, and he wasn't with, the Outlaws as a group, and he was still pushing his own line and building things forward with entertainment. We did hear an interview from Castro at one point saying that he felt as though the Outlaws weren't really continuing the movement in the right kind of way, opening up the doors for like younger artists and stuff like that, which I guess is why he doesn't work with them as much. And, we did know that Fatal wasn't with them for a period, but towards the end, they did reconnect and get back together, doing some music and some tours and stuff like that as well, which I know for a lot of people, Hussein was a great addition, even with the show that they did in the UK, which we was, glad to be a part of. A lot of people only came because Fatal was there. If it was just, Edie and Nove, they would have been a bit more indifferent towards whether they're going to the show or not. But with Fatal being there, a lot of people saw him as, damn, he wanted the, the real Outlaws, and people had followed his career singularly. Even when I spoke to him out here, and I was saying to him, I remember I used to see one of the DVDs with James Gotti and the Floyds and stuff, and he was telling me James was locked up and stuff, and we're just catching up on things that happened over his career and stuff like that. So I could definitely hear that. With sometimes I think the elders can do a disservice to the younger generation by not continuing to let the channels flow the right way as they should. I mean, you mentioned the movie and stuff like that as well. Is that going to be like a biopic based on life events, or is it going to be from a certain period of time?
It's going to kind of be. I haven't decided how I'm going to tell it. If I'm going to have it narrated, or we're going to do just like a straight biopic. But I think the story is so deep that it can't be just like you can't tell it in 2 hours. You be cutting yourself short. Like the name I can tell y'all, the only thing I can tell y'all is the name of it. It's going to be called Born Legendary. But I feel like when they made Pac's movie, it shouldn't have been a movie. It should have been a series. You can't tell a great story in that short of a time.
Yeah, no, you're right. And I mean, just condensed down. Did anybody get the family and stuff in terms of when they put the Pac movie together? I know they didn't really feature the Outlaws in a great magnitude. I believe like Noble and those guys played themselves, but
the thing about Pac's movie, I'm gonna be honest with you, because that's all I do is I be honest, bro. You know what I'm saying? I had a chance to get in there. You know what I'm saying? I reached out to Noble, and he was like, "Yeah, come down. You could." You know what I'm saying? I can see what I can do, type shit. But even with that, like, I had my own connections to get in that movie. I could have been on that movie. My cousin, Free Hollywood, man, he's in the movie. We went to the premiere of the movie. What we were expecting to see, we didn't see on screen. You know what I'm saying? So I tell you, like, when the lights came on, we were the first ones out the building. So, like, that's why I say, like, it's so much politics. I'm not gonna let nobody be in charge of this project but me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna spearhead this project, and nobody's gonna be able to silence or like cut short this project. It's gonna be whatever it's gonna be. Whether it be, it might be what it's looking like right now is we're gonna have like a autobiography. And I'm gonna do something where I'm gonna let people tell their stories, because there's a whole story to Hussein Fatal that people can tell you way better than I can, because they were his age and older, and they were, you know what I'm saying, they were influential. You know what I'm saying? They got a lot to say. So I'm gonna let them tell his story, and then we're gonna bring a real movie to y'all.
That's what's up. We're gonna be looking forward to that. We're gonna take a quick break, and then we're gonna pick back up on that point. Peace, family. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and check us out on OUTLAWZ.com. Don't forget to check us out on Facebook for exclusive playlists and social media for all different types of segments and content.